What a play, play after play after play.
And there it is.
And she is taking over.
Love that.
He's got a lot of room to run.
The greatest conference in the country is showing out tonight, gentlemen.
Wow.
Home run.
That's number one on SportsCenter right there.
Daquan Davis into the paint, and he puts it in for a 2-point lead. Your WCAC champions. Thank you for being with us, and welcome to the playoffs in the WCAC. On behalf of First Amendment Sports, I'm Ken Meringolo. Welcome to Marvin F. Wilson Stadium, where the home team, DeMatha Stags, host the St. John's Cadets, joined here by Tim Strachan.
This is when the real fun starts. It's win or go home from here on out, fellas, and we have seen some great ones in the past, and that should be the same for tonight with this good DeMatha versus St. John's matchup.
I got DeMatha on one side. I got St. John's on the other here with Kevin Ricca.
Well, the second week of November, you're always surrounded by good company at this stadium because it's where it happens. There's going to be some pads cracking tonight, fellas.
We do expect a very physical game. We got about 6-7 minutes until kickoff. Get a chance to talk about who we're watching tonight and how we got here. But this, like you said it, T, and we talk about it all year long. This is the second season, the season that these guys play for. Tonight, DeMatha won the right to host, and they are they're ready. They've had one hell of a season, and let's talk a little bit about. You know what? I tell you what. Let's start with the St. John's Cadets, the away team. Let's have a few of the players to watch tonight, and let's see. We got number one, Shamar McIntosh, the senior safety.
He is a stud. He's all over the place. He had 6 tackles and a tackle for a loss in the first matchup. He comes up and will play tight to the line of scrimmage, and he's great in coverage as well. This guy's got many, many opportunities to go into college for free, and you're going to see why tonight.
44, Monte Whedon is a name we've been saying all season long. 44, when you watch, you'll know why. He plays super physical. He's a smart player. We've watched him grow from the first time he stepped on campus to tonight. He's been a pleasure to watch, and Monte Whedon is by far, in the middle of that defense, is going to make things click. And his performance tonight will be key to St. John's chances of winning. Under center, the junior, Isaiah French, has had himself an amazing season of development.
Yeah, he has. In the last couple of weeks, Ken, he's been really clicking, and he's been leading this team in the passing game. His presence back there, his calmness, and his leadership are things that they're going to need to rely on tonight from number 6.
Number 11, Jason Woods, the junior, who's really come into his own this season. He's a speedster. You get the ball outside to him. He's been making plays for St. John's down the stretch. And they're going to be relying on him as a playmaker tonight. They're down a playmaker. We'll talk a little bit about that some as we get into the game. Jason Woods, they need to move the ball and the sticks for the Cadets tonight. And on the sidelines, coaching, Pat Ward, friend to all, just absolutely in charge there.
One of the
for St.
nicest
John's.
people on the face of this planet, without a doubt.
It. Let's talk about the DeMatha Stags, the home team, the top seed in this game.
Look at those graphics.
See the quarterback, Denzel Gardner, manning your spot, the junior.
Well, Denzel Gardner is just an incredible athlete. He can crush you with his legs, but what he's starting to do, and here in the latter part of the season, is he's starting to get that passing game to match the running game, which is when he becomes extremely dangerous.
Bud Coombs, number 7. You'll see why colleges everywhere have had their eye on him, and they want him. He's slippery and powerful at the same time.
Oh, he's the power horse for this offense. I mean, he's gonna carry the ball at least about 20 times. He averages close to that per game, or has in recent weeks, and as he goes, that offense goes.
Number 9 in the middle of that defensive line, one of the leaders on this squad, the senior defensive tackle, Emmett Laws. A smile for miles. He's powerful. He's skillful. Everything that they do in the middle of that field for DeMatha on defense. Emmett Laws.
He enforces the law in the trenches.
Ooh,
there's no doubt about it.
Jacob Wilds, the junior defensive back, has come on as well this season. An amazing athlete and somebody who has obviously going to have to play big tonight for the DeMatha Stags.
Well, he's the first guy that Coach Mill McGregor spoke about when I said, hey, tell me about your DBs. He spoke about Jacob Wallace right off the bat. He jumps off the field with his athleticism. and he's got that pedigree too. We covered his brother, Josh Wallace, a few years ago, who's now at the University of Michigan in their nickel package, and he's got the bloodlines. He understands the history of the school and what all this means, and I know that he's going to be putting it on the line there tonight.
Speaking of the history of this school, there's one man who's been a part of the history of this school for quite some time. 37 years. I think we added up all our fingers and toes. Bill McGregor as head coach. So he's certainly been on the sidelines in high school football longer than 37 years. But 37 years, how many titles, Kev?
17, the all-time leader, the GOAT of this conference. Moss Collins second with 13. Bill McGregor at 17, looking to get that 18th in 2023.
He's an amazing person. I say that three people I tried to impress my entire life the most were my dad, Morgan Wooten, and that man that was on the screen right there. And if you made them proud, you were doing something right.
I can't say any better than that. I mean, Bill McGregor is one of the classiest guys in the WCAC, and he's treated us amazingly. So we're, of course, hosted by DeMatha tonight, so we want to say thank you to Ed King, Bill McGregor, everyone, Bill, obviously, everyone who are at DeMatha for having us here. We're in the press box, getting ready. The captains are on the field. Get a coin toss. We got a prayer and an anthem on the way. But you guys, playoff time. We're back in our seats here, and not a bad place to be inside.
I never left my seat, Ken. I've been in this seat all year long.
That's
waiting to get back here in this spot.
Dude, this guy.
T1, Ken 0.
Oh, man. Well, we'll try to get updates as they materialize from the Good Counsel Gonzaga game. We'll get them over to you as it happens out there in Olney, where the Eagles and the Falcons will play for the right to play the winner of this game. Just for scheduling purposes, we'll be back here next Friday night for the Metro Conference Finals. And following Tuesday night, November 21st, at Navy Memorial Stadium. That's where the WCAC Capital Conference Finals will be. That's where you will find us. And please, if you haven't done so already, be a subscriber to First Amendment Sports. It's that button right below the screen. It's free. I'll let you know. Hit the button to get the notifications, and you'll know every time we're in the press box, courtside, field side. You never know where you might find us.
Basements. Yeah,
that's true. You'll see us there too on occasion.
Good basements.
That's enough information.
I mean,
Tuesday nights,
giving away all our secrets. But look for a big game. The DeMatha's coming off a bye, right, T?
They are coming off a bye in the final week of the regular season, and I initially, when I was talking to Coach, I said that's got to be great. You're thinking you get a week to get all your kids healed and everything. And he said, I can't stand it. It drives him crazy. He wanted to keep going, but you do hope that in that week off that you're able to just sort of tune things up and get people back into close to, if not 100%, and I think it's going to work in their favor.
So they're well rested. On the other side, you have St. John's coming off it's the way they end every season. St. John's Gonzaga, it was an overtime game, 23-20. Gonzaga gave St. John's everything they could handle, and that's the match that they're coming off of. They come into this game a little bit differently than DeMatha.
Yeah, they had a bye week previous to the Gonzaga game, but yes, that overtime game, their second overtime game, and there's many contests, and DeMatha no stranger to playing extra football as well. They got 3 under their belt this year. I think we all know where this is headed, fellas. If it's 7 of the last 8 contests between these two teams down to the final possession, decent chance we're looking at some overtime here again tonight.
12 minutes on the clock. Team's getting set to kick off. We'll be playing some ball here momentarily. It's a cold one out there tonight. It's a good night to be inside the press box, boys.
Well, let's talk about the last game, the last matchup, Kevin, between these two teams. It was kind of a stalemate throughout most of the game. Really wasn't a very exciting game, and then all of a sudden it sort of exploded in that second half, especially in the fourth quarter when both teams heated up in their passing game. And as we talked about, it went to overtime, and DeMatha was able to squeak one out, and that was only about, 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, and these are two of the most physical defenses in the entire area. You're going to see that right off the jump. Everyone's going to try and establish the run game, but defending the run tonight was a problem for St. John's in round one. Now, listen, Bud Coombs is kind of a dude, 23 carries for 124 yards. They're going to want to limit that a little bit, and St. John's, no Dejan Riggs tonight. Sorry to Cadet Nation. Number 3, heading to Oregon, will not be playing on the field tonight, and that's a big blow for the Cadets offense. You're going to have to figure it out, next man up.
Kickoff will be fielded at the 8. On the move. Ball's going to be set up at the 16-yard line. You get your first look there. We'll say his name, Tyreek Powell, working the outside of the special teams there. The freshman had a game for the ages at just the right time in the matchup. St. John's wants that game the most. St. John's versus Gonzaga, number 12. I mean, he blew up.
Well, how about this? You know what? Before that game started, 10 tackles, 6 for a loss, a block punt, and a touchdown return on kickoff. He had no scholarship offers, but on Monday he had Maryland, Cincinnati, and Charlotte. Nice little weekend work for Tyreek Powell last weekend.
He had a game of his career. There's no doubt about it last week against Gonzaga. Watch him coming off the edge.
Denzel Gardner in shotgun, waiting for the first snap of the game. 1st and 10, Stags. Quick throw to the outside. Defense is there right away. Good first down gain there for the Stags.
Yeah, Cody Williams on the reception right there. And I love it. I love when they come out, a quick little pass right here, get it out of your hands quick. Just builds a little confidence in the quarterback and the receivers in the passing game. It's a great way to start off a game.
And when you got Cody Williams out there, let's get him started. It's like Terry McLaurin playing next door here for the Burgundy and Gold. You want to get him touches early and often.
2nd and 5 for the Stags. Trips left. Looking to throw again. Both downs. He's flushed out to his right. Is on the move. And he's going to be out.
That's where
right at the sticks.
That's where he's most dangerous. I mean, he is such a great athlete, and he runs like a running back when he tucks it. Nobody really wants to hit him, especially when he gets into that secondary, because he's such a powerful and quick runner, but a big kid too.
First down to DeMatha.
6'1", 205 pounds. He's going to be doing that a lot tonight.
Dropping back to pass on 1st and 2nd for DeMatha.
Did not happen once in round one.
That's right. Pass again. Wide open receiver. He slips the first tackler.
Yeah, that's Emmanuel Dyson, on the reception. Again, just a quick, get the ball out of your hands, get the ball in the hands of your playmakers. And right now, DeMatha's got a nice little drive started.
And taking what the defense gives you. They run a little stop route out there. He's wide open. Let's get it out there quickly. Let's not hold on to it.
That was more like a deep hitch.
Coombs. He'll get a couple yards.
Freshman Joel Tillery.
Joel Tillery got his hands around
it.
You're going to hear us talking about a lot of freshmen tonight. Big number 99. We're looking at Ray Arquila. We just talked about Tyreek Powell. This is a very young front for the St. John's Cadets.
Yeah, Tillery getting into that backfield 1 yard before Coombs could even get his momentum through the line of scrimmage.
Ooh. Tough snap. Gardner tucks and runs. Turns a negative into a positive. It's going to be 3rd down and about 3.5 here for the Stags.
Yeah, he picked up about 5 on that play. It was a bad snap. It was really low. He had to bend down and get it. It looked like it was a broken play, and he just kept it himself, but still made some positive yards out of it.
We were out there earlier. This field has had a lot of time to dry. It's a little slick, but I mean this whole place is. You can see puddles are everywhere. So
yeah, Ken ran a Y stick and slipped a little bit.
DeMatha on the move. Coombs breaks free. He's at the 10-yard line. 5. Touchdown DeMatha. No flags on the ground. That's going to be a score.
Yeah, DeMatha goes with a lead back. I saw the lead back go in motion, thinking this is definitely a running play, and they just parted the sea right in the middle of the field. And Coombs puts on the Jets at the end.
Fooled me a little bit there.
Wait till you see this cut. St. John's brings pressure off the edge. Coombs puts 1 foot in the ground and watch him get back into the hole, get north-south, and take it to the house. There you see it. And it's just one move, and there you go. You're not going to catch him in the open field. He's got Jets.
And the first big play of the night belongs to DeMatha. So they get a score in the first 2.5 minutes of the game. I lost him in the traffic there, but he emerged quick, fast, and in a hurry.
Big plays. We're going to see a lot of big plays tonight. Both teams known for their big play ability, and right now DeMatha wins that battle 1-0 in the big play category, and that's what puts them up 7-0.
That's a huge start for the Stags. Points have been at a premium in the last 2 matchups between these two teams. We saw the championship last year was a 7-3 contest, 14-14 after regulation. That is gigantic to get on the board in the first 2:24. St. John's and Isaiah French need to figure out a way to answer immediately. You don't want to be down 7-0 watching DeMatha pound and ground.
And there was that lead back right there making that hole that sprung Coombs. Coombs, we talked about this last time we covered DeMatha. He's a great baseball player, a center fielder, went to San Diego for a top 50 player in the nation, sort of like showcase. He's an all-around athlete. We talk about it on our shows on Tuesday night. The guys that we talk about that historically have been the best athletes are the ones that played multiple sports, especially in their high school years.
Micah Villieu to kick from the left hash here. Looks like Jason Woods. He's out to the 15. He's out to the 20. St. John's will take over at the 23-yard line, 1st and 10.
Shoestring tackle by senior Dante Jackson heading to William & Mary. Pretty decent place to go when you got a defensive coordinator from the same school, Dino Campbell, a big-time guy down there in Williamsburg.
He's a tribe member.
And I'm going to say it real quickly before the first defensive snap. Dino Campbell was in 28 of 29 WCAC championship games on the sidelines. 28 of 29
the last
one of the best.
Years.
He's one of the best. He loves it. He's great at it. He's mentored so many young men in his career.
French handoff to Brayon Williams. And he's on the move. He gets to the outside. Stays on his feet. He'll be close to a first down. Now it'll be 2nd down.
There will be a heavy dose of Brayon Williams tonight. Cinque Blunt as well, playing at that H-back, tailback hybrid that they rotate at with no Dejon Riggs tonight. They're going to ask these two guys, number 0 and number 5, to shoulder the load of this run game.
Well, we talked about the big playability of both teams, and St. John's big playability out, as you said, Dejon Riggs. That's going to be a huge loss for the Cadets.
Amir Wallace-Jones motions in. French swings out.
That's a lateral.
They blew it incomplete, but I thought it might have been a lateral as well.
That's dangerous. Getting knocked off schedule here a little bit, but no, it's still going to be a 3rd and short.
So in round 1, the junior, number 6, Isaiah French, 13 for 19 throwing the ball for over 300 yards, 305 to be exact. 2 big, huge plays in the pass game. 9 of 10 in the second half. He was on a heater, and he needs to warm up quickly tonight for the St. John's offense.
You and I are talking about the fact that he's really maturing, though, as a complete quarterback here in the latter part of this season.
3rd down run up the middle, and it's going to be good for a first down as Cadets move the sticks. Cinque Blunt, the carrier. Cinque Blunt in the backfield again here. Testing this DeMatha defense. The defense has been the calling card for all the top 4 teams here in the Capitol. It looks like Emmett Laws got his hand on somebody there.
It was a lot of Emmett Laws, and there was a paw, I think, that he got on there. And that was he is so powerful. He really, really, really is a strong young man.
He really does control everything down there in the trenches. What I love, though, Kevin, about St. John's offense, Antoine Bailey, the formations, the motions, the shifts. He does such a great job, even pre-snap, of moving things around and trying to get his guys into the best matchups that he can.
2nd and 10 for the Cadets. Breon Williams in there in the slot. French, ball was a snap.
Oh,
ball's on the ground. That ball is scooped up by DeMatha.
It looked like Laws may have gotten his paws, as Kevin says, on it.
It was Emmett Laws.
That was just a bad snap. It was a bad snap, a bad exchange in the jet sweep. And the ball was just never controlled by a St. John's player.
Tyreek Powell tried to run without it and pick it up on the way. You got to stop, drop, and jump on that thing. This is the playoffs. You can't give up the ball on your own 30. That was a tough play there. Mishandled snap and a bobbled handoff.
See if he was ready for it. It was a good snap. It just went right through his hands. Oh, the biggest break for DeMatha happens at St. John's' worst time with its first opportunity to try to get some points on the board, but then gives DeMatha a short field.
Setting up on the 34-yard line of St. John's. Gardner to throw. And once again, out to the wing is Emmanuel Dyson.
Doing a good job keeping his eyes downfield and coming back on the check down here, taking exactly, once again, what the defense is given. But the ball's coming off Denzel's hands tonight.
And look at that.
It looks nice.
Look at that protection, too. I mean, he went to his 3rd read on that. It looked like he was going to the flag and then the in route. And when nothing was there, Emmanuel was still open on the outside. Great time for the quarterback.
2nd and short here for Denzel. And a handoff to Bud. And I think that'll move the sticks. We'll see. I think they're moving them.
Oh, you're right.
First down to Matha. Ball at the 23-yard line here. About 6 minutes to go here in the first quarter, and it's been a good one so far for the Stags. To throw again.
Did he catch it?
I think he did.
He juggled it and then re-caught it, I believe.
Yep.
Yeah, he did catch it. It was a. You can see he throws this a little sidearm and a little off balance, and the ball kind of dies on him in the end. But he's able to get his hands underneath of it and come up with a big catch. It's only 2nd and about, I'd say, about 7.
St. John's asking a lot of their defense right now, but they certainly need it. Going down 14-0 early in the first quarter.
Well, they know how to get turnovers, that's for sure.
Denzel looking for the end zone. Good coverage there.
Rob Stewart.
That's Rob Stewart, yep.
He's been fantastic all year, to be honest. I can't think of a time that he wasn't in the proper place in coverage. His technique has been extraordinary. And once again, it was right there. Almost a heck of a catch, but
brings up 3rd down, 3rd and 7 here for the DeMatha Stags offense.
Yeah, it's the first big test, 3rd down DeMatha's been faced with tonight.
Denzel to throw.
He's got all
going
day.
Into the end zone. And is almost picked off. I believe that was Tariq Hayer.
Tariq Hayer. The kid's a stud. Half the Big Ten and a quarter of the SEC's offered that young man. He is all of it, and he was right there where he was supposed to be, bringing up a big 4th and 7.
You're right. He has all the time in the world, Kevin, but he wished he had pulled that trigger maybe about a second earlier because I think he had a window where he was open. He waited too long, and Hayer was right there when he had delivered the ball.
We're going to get a field goal attempt here. Is it job 1? Keep him out of the end zone. about a 32-yard field goal. The kick is up, and I believe it goes just under the upright. No good, as Coach Mike Ward is breathing a sigh of relief and congratulating that defense on a stop. This first quarter was just about to get away from St. John's. Let's see if their offense loosens up here a little bit. So Rob Stewart was close there. I mean, specials is going to be tough tonight. Again, it's not. 6-0, DeMatha. But we got.
Score 7-0. We got it.
Looking at the thing. My bad.
That was a missed field goal.
Oh, wow. Who was that? Came right over top of the tackler. That was a. Was that.
Who do you think it was?
Yikes. Emmett Laws. How many positions does he play? He was playing like.
He's a force, man.
He's
just
everywhere.
Coach cannot talk enough about his work ethic. His personality. Just a great young man. Has always got a smile on his face. Just one of those kids you love to have.
French with the pitch, out to Powell. He's on the move.
Whoa!
He turned on the jets there.
See the speed.
That was a burst visible from even our distance here.
Now, they've thrown him the ball on offense, but that's the first time I've seen him run the ball from the backfield all season long.
That's true, and that may be one of the results of Riggs being out. But look at the speed. When you have speed like this, it doesn't matter whether you're a freshman or not. The playmaking ability of this young man, they're going to find every reason to try to get him in the game.
Timeout, DeMatha. First down. It'll be first down when we come back. Yeah, I mean, it's tough when you're not able to put number 3 on the field on offense. He's Mr. Everything for that Cadets offense in the backfield. I mean, he played quarterback. He did absolutely everything you could ask for, Coach Ward. And so you got to find somebody. And I tell you, if it's going to be somebody, number 12, I mean, he showed why it should be him last week with his performance. Not the least of which, after what he did on defense, obviously the kick return for a touchdown. But it was interesting. When they needed a fourth down completion to move the sticks late in that game, they ran a route to number 12. They ran a route to Tyreek Powell.
They did.
This kid we're going to watch him for another 3 years.
Yep.
What are the odds we're going to see a game where he's going to score from all 3 phases of the game, offense, defense, and on special teams?
Well, I don't see why not.
I think it's pretty good odds that we're going to see that at some point in this young kid's career.
He's a special young talent. There's no doubt about it.
4 wide, Cinque Blunt in the backfield with Isaiah French. Isaiah looking to throw, moves out to his left, puts it in the air, and it's almost picked off.
I'll tell you what, the coverage by DeMatha Staggs on that was near perfect.
Dante Jackson with a chance there.
Had nowhere to go with that ball whatsoever.
Trying to hit Scrap McAfee on a crossing route. Brings up 2nd and 10.
Just watch St. John's offensively. They got to spread it right now, but they've got shifts. They've got motions.
Tyreek Powell.
And there's the play they wanted to run last week.
It's going to bring up 3rd and short, about 2 yards here. I tell you what, as good looking as he is on defense, he's a pretty good looking offensive player.
Oh, my goodness.
Williams and Blunt, keep your eye on number 0 and number 5 on this play. That's what St. John's is going to want. We'll see.
Well, Reese Williams just checked in with Jason Woods. Jason Woods had 3 catches for 125 yards and a touchdown in that first meetup. Keep an eye on him in 3rd and short.
Isaiah to throw. He's going for Reese.
And there's the flag. That's late. He wasn't sure he wanted to throw it, but he did finally make the decision. And I think it's because he just jumped blindly and maybe made a little bit of contact before the ball showed up.
Well, also
We'll
Reese
see it
had to
right
come
here.
back a little bit for the ball, which helps the.
I'm not real sure about that.
It'll be obviously on 3rd and short. It'll be enough for a first down for St. John's.
St. John's looking to take a shot there in 3rd and short, trying to make a big play in the passing game. If he could have gotten a little bit on that, I think DeMatha was unlucky to get that penalty call, but Reese Williams was flying
Reese
down the sideline
he
wide
had
open.
At least 2 yards on him. You're right.
First and 10. The DeMatha 46. Isaiah Keeps finds Jason Woods in the flat.
He can scoot.
And he stays on his feet, and he'll get a first down as a gain of about 11, maybe call it a gain of 12, first and 10 for the Cadets.
Every one of these plays, one of these wideouts, 11, 13, 14 make for the Cadets is a huge play because they need it out wide. And I'm telling you, you watched last game, Reese Williams, number 13, had 2 receptions for 70 yards. They're looking for the big hitters. They ran this against Gonzaga multiple times last week with tremendous success.
St. John's does a great job of spreading the ball around, spreading the wealth, as you will, on this offensive weaponry.
Brayon Williams on the short side, just outside the numbers on the left. SNK Blunt's in the backfield. French looking for Brayon as he steps back, a little back shoulder. Does he get his feet in? It's a catch.
That's a great throw right there. Put it directly on the back shoulder.
It was classic. This is why it's almost indefensible, this pass. You throw it back shoulder. The defensive back is the last guy who's going to be able to react to it. And this is just good chemistry between quarterback and wide receiver. Wide receiver knows that he's made it a certain way down the field. He's got to turn back and see where that ball is, and he's able to adjust before the DB.
Great replay by Luke as we saw the foot inside the lines.
And that's not a receiver. That's Brayon Williams out there lined up at the wide receiver spot running back shoulder fades. Talk about a football player. He's been playing linebacker. He's been playing defensive back in this game already. He's got 2 tackles.
And all 3 of these running backs, if you throw Riggs in there too, who's not playing tonight, they play, wide receiver. They play running back. They're motion
Quarterback
shifted all over the place.
Cadets first and 10 in the red zone. This ball is snapped to Brayon Williams, and he's going to RPO it and run right up the middle.
Yeah, he was running an RPO with French.
French tried to take it. And French was like, this is my chance.
This is what I love about Bailey. He does a great job of just changing things up. And now French may take that, and is he going to run it? Is he going to throw it? There's so many different options that could happen off of that.
Well, just to give you an idea of how much they missed Dejan Riggs, he's the leading team, leads the team in rushing touchdowns, leads the team in receiving touchdowns, and second in passing touchdowns. That's a pretty big chunk of change to lose in the playoffs, but so far this offense has responded. Number 0 has been a big reason why.
Good stop there by Noah Chambers. Maybe it might have been a touchdown-saving tackle.
You got a man up right here defensively. This is man-to-man.
2nd and 6 for the Cadets. French to throw. Going for the back of the end zone. He's got.
Did he get his foot in? He says
they're going to call him out of bounds.
Scrap McAfee, What a snag.
He ran right through the back of the end zone. We'll get another look at it here.
French all night's been throwing the ball off his back foot.
Oh,
David.
I don't know if he controlled it, but it was closer than I thought.
He may not have had possession when his foot was still in bounds. That was a great effort, though. Great shot.
We're going to lose him to Monday Night Football with those kind of skills on the instant replay. It's going to be 3rd down for the Cadets. Big position here for DeMatha. French looking to throw. He's got time. Out to his right. A lot of time. He throws back across his body.
He's lucky on that.
Yeah.
Back into the middle of the field. They're going to bring out the field goal unit.
You don't want to be throwing it back across in the middle of the field off your back foot late in the development of a play.
DeMatha played coverage there. St. John's offensive line did a good job. They didn't have many rushers. But he had all day back there.
Looks like they got Rubin holding the ball. And the hero from the Gonzaga-St. John's game, the sophomore. Nolan Stringer. It's up, and it is good. And St. John's is on the board.
6-point swing there in this game. DeMatha has the first big opportunity. They get the turnover, but they're not able to turn it into any points, missing the field goal. St. John's able to counter punch by getting it downfield and getting it in position to get their own 3 points.
Yeah, that St. John's defense, Coach Mike Ward and those guys rising to the occasion there, coming down the field, getting 3 on the board in specials. That's a great answer for the Cadets. Staring right down the barrel of 14-0 early versus
That's right.
DeMatha at PG Sports Learning is not a good place to be. And then St. John's relieved that that's not the deal.
Good drive. They did get the benefit of one penalty, but they moved the ball. They did it with a couple different guys, Brayon, Tyreek, Jason. So was something good for the Cadets to see in the first quarter here because it was going the wrong way there initially.
No, relying on a bunch of underclassmen, a lot of freshmen running around all over the place out here. This is not typical in a conference matchup in the playoffs like this, but in the next man up situation, this is the deal for the Cadets tonight.
LeVar Keys is back, and that ball's going to sail into the end zone. It'll be a touchback. 1st and 10 to DeMatha with 20 seconds to go here in the first quarter.
I'm excited for the quarter.
You're excited for the quarter break?
Yeah, our new feature.
I love it. I just love when you're excited.
Just
Steve.
teasing it for everybody. Everybody's excited for what's going to happen in 20 seconds.
Well, you set a pretty big bar here.
I don't even know if I want to know. First quarter just ended. Up and Olney, good counsel with a 7-0 lead over Gonzaga. And the handoff up the middle. Once again, Coombs getting into the secondary.
We knew he was going to get the load of the carries. Certainly has been the case so far in the first quarter.
Hey, in round one, he was a warrior. You have 23 rushes against this defense for over 120 yards. That's a big-time situation. I know he needed an ice bath on Sunday after that last game. But, hey, tonight there's only 2 more possible chances to play the sport for the rest of the season. He's not worried about that yet.
That'll do it. After 1 quarter of action, the Stags 7, the Cadets 3. We'll be back right after this word from our sponsor.
Our decks stand the test of time. So does our name, Long Fence. Locally owned and operated for almost 80 years and always giving you great deals. Like no payments, no interest for 6 months for qualified buyers. Terms and conditions apply. Schedule your free in-home estimate at longfence.com.
Thank you so much to the Ritter family and Long Fence for helping us be here this evening. And I know we'll have a chance to shout out some folks who have been instrumental in getting us here. And for the second year in a row, obviously, the Kaderbeck family and Free State Electrical or Electric System. Man, I tell you what, those guys have stepped up now 2 years in a row to sponsor this game and get First Amendment Sports covering DeMatha sports here in the playoffs. But Free State Electric, couldn't do it without you guys. We have some good things to say about a lot of these folks throughout the evening. DeMatha on a 2nd down and 2 to get the second quarter started.
Did we just go live commercial action?
We sure did.
I loved
That's
it.
next level. Called quarterback run right there for Denzel Gardner.
It's going to be a first down for the Stags. It's the kind of thing, if you got to, I mean, when don't you want to call number 4's number? I mean, you got to pare it back, I guess, a little bit, but number 4 is all of it. Worth the price of admission for these folks here tonight.
Denzel Gardner runs like a man. He seeks out contact. He's not just not afraid of it. He seeks it out and delivers the blow.
Up the middle. Coombs is on the move. He put his foot down and he gets past.
The old
secondary, man, I tell you what, he did it twice. He stayed on his feet.
The inside reverse has been a deadly weapon.
That was a great design play. It was a fake reverse with the inside handoff, almost counter along with it. And then look at this move right here.
And
right
then again, this is the balance too. And DeMatha gets right back to the line of scrimmage. 1st and 10 in St. John's territory. Once again.
Same action off of it. Oh!
And look at that.
Brayon?
Is that Brayon Williams?
No, that's number 8.
Oh, I was going to say.
Sorry, I thought it was a big 0. That's D'Angelo Bowden, who's been playing some great football, the junior, taking care of business.
Look, it's the same reverse and then the fake counter. Play action, and he just holds it way too long. Nothing developed downfield, didn't get rid of the ball.
Excellent coverage downfield.
Yeah, that was what I was going to say. This is going to be 2nd and long here for the Stags. And the handoff. And Bud Coombs, he's going to have a 1st down. Gets all the yards back and then some as they move the sticks with number 7.
St. John's having an issue setting the edge right now.
First down here.
St. John's wants to regroup.
Timeout St. John's. An update from only 6-2 as Gonzaga on the board with the safety. I was told 7-0, but now I'm told 6-2. Take this opportunity during the timeout. Tonight's semifinal game is presented by Free State Electrical Companies, your comprehensive commercial and industrial electrical construction, service, and maintenance company. Free State has been proudly serving the Washington metropolitan, Northern Virginia, and Greater Maryland areas since 1984, when Mike Dugan, DeMatha class of 1963, started the company. Class of 74, Greg Kadera-Beck started with Mike in March of 84 and became a partner. And whether you require a $100 million build or anything down all the way down to a residential job, they provide strategic advisory on safety, sustainability, maintenance, and reliability solutions. Thank you so much to the Free State Electrical Company family. Like I said, 2 years in a row, they've been instrumental in us being here. So appreciate Greg and all the good folks over there.
That's awesome.
How about a shout out to another person who's been instrumental in getting us out here a couple times in a row, and that's Mr. Tommy Ponton, Mr. DeMatha.
You only did that because you're related to him.
Well, you know, he doesn't want to admit that. Bud Coombs getting everything he wants and staying on his feet inside the 10-yard line. It's going to be 1st and goal for the Stags.
Twice I thought he was going to be tackled, and twice he's able to get an extra yardage.
DeMatha's having excellent success in between the tackles. St. John's keeps bringing this double pressure off the edge, and it seems like they're just guessing the wrong way. You see it right there again, and DeMatha, when you got big number 77 clearing the way.
Well, DeMatha averages about 310 pounds on the line.
Therese Davis.
What a story Therese Davis has, guys. This young guy was a basketball player. Ricky Davis was his father. He's just hoops in his blood, and he thought forever. And Bill McGregor a couple years ago said, why don't you come on out, try the gridiron on for size. Turned him into a tight end, and he got bigger, stronger, and better. And Coach knew he needed a left tackle, and he knew number 77 was going to be the guy.
Oh, yeah.
And boy, was he right.
Yep, and Mike Loxley out at College Park also noticed it and gave him a scholarship. And Mr. Davis said, I think I'd like to go be a Terp. He is a Maryland commit.
2nd and goal. Bud. Tariq Boney in on the first guy to hit there, and it's going to be 3rd down and goal from the 4-yard line here. Two straight plays there. Tariq Boney getting his hands on the runner.
Tariq Boney has one of those Terp offers as well there, T. He hasn't decided yet, but Boston College, Virginia Tech, and West Virginia, they're also in the mix. Number 7, outstanding talent.
Cadets trying to keep DeMatha out of the end zone again. Remy Robinson now lead blocking.
He did
it's
not.
It's going to be a no gain. In fact, they'll lose a couple of yards, and it'll be 4th and goal.
It looks like it's 4th and goal from the 1. He actually picked up at least 1, maybe.
Oh, you're right, inside the 5 there.
And they're going to go for it here. Big decision.
They love Remy Robinson again here. Looks like the push.
They're going to push.
They're pushing.
St. John's getting a push back.
They didn't push enough.
And there wasn't.
They did not.
What a goal line stand.
Oh, my goodness. We're talking right now, Kevin, about how they were just controlling the line of scrimmage, and when they only needed 1 yard, somehow those young guys up front for St. John's are able to hold their ground.
Kenneth McManus coming from the offensive side, comes running to the defensive side of the ball for the stalemate, and a huge stop for the St. John's defense.
All up and down the field, DeMatha had their way between the tackles, and on the play that mattered most on that particular drive, St. John's interior defensive line stood tall. They'll take over, and they got 99 yards to go.
McManus, when you're 6'3", 290, that's a pretty good idea. Put him in the middle.
Isaiah French all alone in the backfield.
We weren't lying about the way that these two teams played defense, were we?
French going deep. Nice looking ball. It's going to be overthrown. They were looking for Reese Williams on the outside.
The only problem with that play is that almost guaranteed on second down you're going to run the ball, and the defense knows it. You got to give yourself a little bit of breathing room here.
Cinque Blunt in the backfield. See if they got the call from Coach T. Brayon Williams, short side. Cinque Blunt. And he's able to get out of the end zone. He picks up maybe a half a yard.
Guess who? Emmett Laws.
Yep.
On the stop. I mean, he is incredible in the run game. Not many times do you see a guy in the middle there making so many tackles from his nose or his three technique position, but Emmett Laws, like you said, just so strong inside, able to shed a tackler, shed a blocker, and then make the tackle. And
Emmett Laws is shaking off a little. He's obviously he ain't coming out of this game, but you could see he was a little shaken up after that play.
St. John's going empty here, putting it on Isaiah French.
And he's got a man. It's going to be a first down. It's Amir Wallace-Jones on the cross.
That's a big-time play. You know it's man-to-man. You know the pressure's coming. You got to get rid of it knowing you might get popped. And you got to take advantage of those matchups, and they did a great job of getting that huge first down there.
Getting out of the shadows of the goal line right there with a fresh set of downs was huge for this Cadets offense.
That's about the sixth player that's touched the ball offensively for St. John's.
And you can see Emmett Law he's working that right. He keeps holding his right arm. Like I said, he ain't coming out of the game, but he's shaking something off, playing through it. Brayon Williams, gain of about 4 yards.
And this time of year, everybody's shaking something off.
2nd and 7 here for the Cadets. McAfee checking back in.
Big Kenneth McManus playing center. He has been at the point of attack for the last 7 or 8 plays.
DeMatha showing pressure.
Oh,
ball is high and snapping. Isaiah French didn't see it. It looks like Brayon Williams might have been able to get his hands on it.
You're right. They brought the pressure off the corner there. He was almost able to come up with the loose ball.
That's the second time Isaiah French has had trouble catching the snap. And it was a bit high.
Ooh, it was fast, too.
It was shot out of a cannon. But now St. John's back to where they started almost at the 5.5 here.
3rd and
20 plus.
A while here. It looks like St. John's going to take a timeout and talk about this one.
DeMatha took it.
DeMatha took the timeout.
That's their second, is it not?
It's DeMatha's second timeout of the half.
Well, listen.
Oh, it's staying 0 left, but on the scoreboard.
I just watched the official point at DeMatha.
Yeah.
So that's why I thought DeMatha had the timeout. And listen, who's going to argue with Dino for any timeout he wants to take?
Of course.
I mentioned it earlier, but I'll say it again. From 1989 to 2017, there were 29 WCAC championships. Dino Campbell was on the sidelines for 28 of them. Now there was a couple years there.
Were for the scarlet red.
The scarlet and gray. Scarlet and gray, yes.
Scarlet and gray, yeah.
But he's the only coach in the history of the league that's got more WCAC titles than Bill McGregor. How about Dino Campbell? That's one heck of a stat, man.
He's looking good, too. We saw him a couple weeks ago over at Bishop McNamara. He's looking slim.
That's what happens when you get all new hardware, new hips, new knees, new all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
He's like a spring chicken now.
Isaiah French outside of Tyreek Powell.
Nice tackle. St. John just trying to get a couple yards. So
Some room for the punter.
Yes.
Who also happens to be, let's see if they bring in someone besides now. It'll be
He's
Isaiah
the best
French.
punter in the league. It was hands down the best punter in this league.
Here's our formation.
And look, they do the regular snap, too. Oh, he wasn't ready.
He's looking to throw this ball.
He
He was not ready.
That
play got busted up.
I think he just got that ball too early and didn't know what to do with it. I do not think they were going for
No.
They're not going for a fake in that area.
No, he was surprised by the snap.
Oh, boy.
There was a mix-up, and he didn't think that snap was coming, and at that point he just tried to make a play.
Well, the first big mistake St. John's made with the turnover, DeMatha was not able to capitalize on the short field. But you can't give them multiple opportunities on plays like this.
Short field here.
Yeah, this
for the Stags.
This is asking the St. John's defense
Yeah,
a lot.
It's a lot.
Ball sitting at the 15-yard line. Gardner to throw. He's going to tuck and run over the right side.
Well, I'll tell you
Pick
right
up a
now,
few.
he made that decision quickly. He didn't like what he saw. He tucked it, and he got upfield
Yeah.
trying to get positive yards.
It was going to be a play-action fade on the right side, and he noticed that it just was not going to be a very successful play, so he tucked it early. But defensively, still not able to give up a whole lot, just giving up two yards on the play.
Gardner hands it off this time. Bud Coombs
Man, he loves
spins
cutting
his
it.
way, and it'll be 1st and goal at the 3 or 4 yard line.
He loves to cut it up that middle and turn it inside.
He looks extremely explosive
Yep.
tonight. He is jumping off the monitor, putting one foot in the ground, and exploding through the St. John's defense.
It's these cuts right
Look at
there on
that.
the inside that he keeps making. A lot of running backs like to bounce it outside. It looks like Bud Coombs likes to bounce it inside.
1st and goal.
Lead back.
St. John's will drop the running back for a loss. Bud Coombs doesn't get dropped for a loss very often.
No, not with Penn State, Ole Miss, Virginia Tech, Michigan State, Maryland, Michigan, West Virginia, Minnesota, and it keeps on going.
It ain't going to stop.
And they're
after
going to
today.
they're up after it because baseball might be. I mean, you see how good of a tailback he is, but like T was saying, baseball could be his calling. They keep doing both till you have to stop, number 7.
Coombs,
DeMatha's offensive line.
touchdown. As he broke the plane there. He got pushed back out of the end zone, but not before he broke the plane. And DeMatha is in for another. And Bud Coombs has 2 touchdowns on the night as the Stags make the Cadets pay for that 4th down.
Yeah, the St. John's offense has got to regroup and figure this out right now. They got 3 minutes and 20 seconds to answer. But how impressive has Bud Coombs and this DeMatha offensive line been?
Yeah. Except for the goal line stand that St. John's held. Ooh, they almost got that.
I don't know how it avoided them.
You're right. Oh, that would have been a big miss, too.
14-3 here. I think we see our first flag of the night. Is that true?
No, we had that pass interference
That's
on
the pass
St. John's
interference,
first
that's right.
drive.
But I like it. I like it. They
Oh,
let the kids play.
It's great. It's amazing. I strenuously applaud this referee crew.
They've only been right 2 out of the 3 times they've thrown the flag. It's a pretty good percentage.
Well, with these two teams and just how big, strong, and fast they are, I agree. Let's watch these guys decide it themselves on the field.
Now, we have not seen St. John's yet try to stretch the field vertically. They've sort of spread it around. They've done some jet sweeps. They've done some quick hitters on the outside, but
they went deep to Ricca a couple times.
They did try.
They got the pass interference on the one, and they missed him on the boundary on the outside, but not successful.
Also, if DeMatha keeps going one-on-one, though, they're bound to get burned at some point in time.
St. John's looking for that spark, and it's coming with number 6 here. 3 minutes and 20 seconds, limited timeouts. You're going to rely on the guy that's gotten you here the last few weeks, and he has done a tremendous job in the passing game. Round 1 versus DeMatha on first down, he was 8 for 8 for 180 yards and 2 touchdowns, and he needs to get into a rhythm right now, and his offensive line's been doing a decent job. You need these two guys right here, 13 and 11, to start winning early on this drive right now for the St. John's to jump back in it in the first half, get some momentum going before halftime.
And we're talking about how good the defenses are. That really the only setback St. John's has had is on 2 bad snaps.
It's true.
Really.
But in the playoffs, you know that no one feels bad for you.
No. But it's self-inflicted. That's what I'm saying. My point being, those are just self-inflicted wounds. They've pretty evenly matched other than those 2 snaps.
Yeah,
personal foul was against St. John's.
So they're going to enforce it now. What do you think here? A little Bill McGregor onside kick here? Pin the ball down?
No, I think with 3:20, you don't want to give them any shorter of a field than they need. You kick this down, you make them go as long as you possibly can.
It's like Brayon, Williams, Reese.
He's going to kick
Williams
this out of the end zone.
Woods.
He's got it set up the way he did last time. It's crazy looking. You see that?
It's pointed at us.
Yeah, it is.
Villieu.
Self-taught kicker, was on the soccer team after the football season last season was 1 week longer than the soccer season. He came out. He actually kicked in the championship game. Taught himself how to kick and punt in the offseason. And now he does both duties for the Stags.
Well, that's good for Ed King. That helps out the budget. You don't need a special teams coach now.
Although Jason Sullivan would have a something to say about that.
I think Coach Sullivan knows I'm just having some fun up here.
whose brother Kevin, who played on the '86 team, is becoming a good friend of mine too. Our daughters both going to Holy Child, Sophie and Katie. It's great to get reconnected with the Sullivan family.
First and 10, St. John's, the 20-yard line. They got 3 minutes and 20 seconds here left to go in the first half to get their first touchdown of the
3:20 is
night.
a lot of time. We talk about the big playability of both teams. St. John's hasn't had theirs yet.
Brayon Williams is under center here or in shotgun. Low snap. He picks it up off the ground, and he makes something good happen. Not quite first down territory. It's going to be 2nd and 1.
It's interesting. That's the second time they've done that where Williams and French switch spots. You know they've got a pass play designed off of that. That's coming at some point.
We got to get these center to quarterback transfers here under control here for St. John's. French bobbles it a little bit again. He's moving out to his left. Probably better off not catching that ball.
Great coverage by the DeMatha secondary right there. He had nowhere to go with it.
James Pace, number 33, defensive end, 6'3", 230.
Yeah, he's
barreling down
field
on French right there. That's an imposing-looking young man.
He's a big boy. These guys are huge.
Number 45 right there in the middle of your screen. That is Shark, Jordan Williams. Coach talked about him with me a couple weeks ago. Says he's the hardest working man on the team.
Swings it out to Brayon Williams. He's moving east to west. He's got to fight his way forward for a first down, and it's not going to have the yardage. It's going to be 4th down here. As DeMatha strung him out, made him move outside.
You're going to see it here, what we've seen all season. They're gonna punt this one, you would expect. And when they execute it, they're very good at it. Isaiah French, like T's been referring to, T calls him the punter of the year in the league.
Kick is away. It's going to bounce.
He's going to need some roll on that one.
No, he didn't get a favorable roll.
Into DeMatha territory. DeMatha will take over at their own 48-yard line.
Yeah.
And they'll got 1 minute 55 seconds.
That's a lot of time.
It is, and here's where Denzel Gardner becomes the X factor. He drops back to pass, and you've got to contain him from scrambling all over the field. He can run the ball in a lead right at you here. This is a dangerous spot right now in this ball game if you're a St. John's Cadet.
Yeah, with Denzel Gardner, there's no such thing as a broken play.
Gardner low snap. Gets it to Bud Combs. He's on the off and running on the right side. He'll pick up a first down on first down. Gain of about 11 yards. He's so smooth.
That seemed way too easy.
Yeah. No, I think Ken used the right word, smooth. He's a very smooth athlete.
Remy in motion. Another low snap. Tyreek Brody tackles 2 guys.
Yes,
the backfield.
he does.
He tackled the runner and the not runner.
He didn't know which one had it, so he just said, I'm gonna get them both.
I'm giving him 2 tackles.
That's a
in this
2-tackle play.
It's the old 2 for 1.
I mean, this was just old-fashioned rodeo hog tie
Yep.
as he rounded up.
Yep, everyone's going down.
Yeah. Well, that's one way to get it done. It'll be 2nd and long here for the Stags as they get to work right away. Inside handoff.
And then the next play made by number 7. He's decided right now he doesn't want the Stags scoring any more points before half, single-handedly.
It'll be 3rd and 14. And we'll have a timeout by St. John's as they're going to look to preserve this clock and get their offense another chance here in the first half. 1:10 to go.
That's what the Cadets desperately needed. An effort like that from number 7 on the last 2 plays. Causing them to lose yardage here, and I think DeMatha has to be fairly safe here, T. You got this lead, 14-3. You don't want to mess around at this part of the day, and in this 3rd and long with Denzel Gardner at quarterback.
No, you think not, but, again, it's 3rd down. They've got a pretty good kicking game. They may take a shot at throwing the ball here, see if they can't get the first down. Or if you want to keep it conservative but put the ball in the air, maybe a little bit of a running back screen.
Bud Coombs has gotten 14 yards multiple times tonight in the first half on his own already. So they have plenty of ways to move this ball.
I like the call, though, by Pat Ward, trying to preserve as much time so if he does get the ball back, they have one more shot to get some more points on the board.
And I believe St. John's gets the ball first in the second half, if I'm not mistaken.
They do.
Big play here for both sides.
Yep, they do. DeMatha opened up the game on the opening drive and got that 1 touchdown.
They're playing coverage. You're going to have to tackle Bud Coombs in open space here.
Gardner to throw. He gets it out into the flat. It's an immediate tackle.
Oh.
They're going to call that incomplete.
That was such a good-looking play until the very end. Gardner did a great job of doing the play fake. See, we get a good play fake. He sets up good time, and then he goes to his second read across the other side of the field, but just not able to come up with a catch.
Roman Richardson making sure of it.
That was going to be a first down, too.
Excellent play on the defensive side by 24.
Good footwork by Gardner there. Show progression in his reads. That's high-level stuff.
Tyreek Powell back to receive this punt from Villieu. Let's see if they punt it to him. Good snap. Kick is away. Fair catch. Called for at the 14-yard line, and that's where St. John's will take over with 57 seconds to go in the first half. Down 14-3, looking for some points here.
So you called the timeout. You got the stop. You got the ball back. I think you got to be fairly aggressive here. At least try a little chunk play here right away. 57 seconds left, 14-3. I don't think you can sit on this here.
DeMatha only has one timeout. I think they do take a couple shots. If they don't get a whole lot of progress, then maybe put the ball on the ground and try to run the clock out.
Jacob Wallace on Brayon Williams on the near side. Takes that away a little bit as Blunt.
Nope, they run the ball.
Let's see what kind of sense of urgency they get back to the line here with.
Yep.
Trips right. 38 seconds and counting here. Now French to throw. And he's under pressure. Shakes a couple tacklers in the backfield. He's working out to his right. Now it's a long run for a gain of about 3.
That was a long play.
Yeah.
Blake Hauser, number 11 for DeMatha, right off the edge, was the first one to get to French, but French does a good job of getting out of there and at least giving his squad one more chance.
Yeah, nice feel in the pocket there. He climbed it and escaped out to the right, got out of bounds to stop the clock and take another crack at it here.
I don't remember seeing that kind of escapability last year. Something maybe he's added to his game.
Third down, inside handoff. And it'll be good for first down yardage.
Clock should stop momentarily.
Blunt on the carry. 15 seconds to go. St. John's.
I think here's where you take your shot, Kevin.
I think this is going to do it.
I think that's going to be all she wrote here in the first half.
They do get the ball back, so.
And that's it after one half of play. DeMatha 14, St. John's 3. Once again, I want to say thank you to our sponsors, Long Fence, Free State Electrical Companies, Greg Katarabic and his family. Appreciate you guys. Come back, join us for the second half after this.
For nearly 80 years, we've built our name on quality and dependability. That's a long time. 5 generations of our Long Fence family, always bringing you great deals, like 25% off fences, decks, and pavers. 25% off. Find out more at longfence.com.
Thanks for being here back. Marvin F. Wilson Stadium with us. On behalf of First Amendment Sports, I'm Ken Meringolo, welcoming you to the second half of action in the 2023 WCAC playoffs. The DeMatha Stags are up 14-3 over the St. John's Cadets. We've got about 3 or 4 minutes here to go in the second half, but we want to talk a little bit about the folks who allowed us to be here tonight, T.
We're so thrilled and just honored to have Long Fences, one of our sponsors tonight, owned and operated by the Ritter family. But it's so fitting that the Ritter family be a sponsor of this particular game tonight because Mike Ritter Sr., yes, the patriarch, the head guy, was inducted into the St. John's College High School Hall of Fame. That's right, I said St. John's College High School Hall of Fame in 2010, individually and with his 1964 team in 2014. Which was undefeated and ranked number 1 in the Washington Post. He went on to play at Duke and Cincinnati. But then it doesn't stop there. Mike Ritter Jr., 1987 grad of DeMatha Catholic High School. Yes, I said DeMatha Catholic High School in one family, 2 different schools. He was inducted into the DeMatha Hall of Fame as part of the 1986 team, which was undefeated and ranked number 1 in the Washington Post and number 6 nationally in the USA Today. Mike Jr. played at Arizona State. And then his brother Rob Ritter, in 1991 grad of DeMatha, was on the 91 30-0 DeMatha basketball team, which was inducted into the DeMatha Hall of Fame. Only 2 teams coached by Morgan Wooten have gone undefeated in basketball, and Rob played basketball at Florida Atlantic. But then there was the little guy, Matt Ritter, 1995 grad, was on the 93 and 94 championship football teams for DeMatha, and Matt played football at the University of Connecticut. And as Mike Jr., Kevin, was telling me all of this information, he threw in there, I think it's somewhere in my basement, I have a VHS tape of Big John Ricca interviewing me for the 50-yard line show he hosted back in the day. Laugh out loud, good times. I'll tell you what is great. The Ritter family being both part of the St. John's Cadets history and the DeMatha history and being a huge sponsor in today's game.
What an amazing athletic family. That's awesome history right there. And I can say this, I helped contribute to Rob Ritter and his team being in the Hall of Fame. They were undefeated. We actually played them a few times that year.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did.
And they still are undefeated, I understand. Just
remember that was the team that wore the blue championship, the blue champion shoes?
Yeah.
Oh, man, that was great times. What a great team. What a great family. Thanks for being a sponsor tonight, guys.
And also thanks once again to Greg Katarabic and the whole family of folks over at Free State Electrical Companies. Again, just stepping up 2 years in a row to be sponsoring the First Amendment Sports production here at PG Sports and Learning Complex.
Look, we can't do this without sponsors. And if you are interested in being a sponsor, please reach out to us. What is the email?
FirstAmendmentSports@gmail.com.
There you go. Reach out to us. We'd love to have you be a part of these broadcasts.
Or find us on Twitter at Plead the First CEO. That will get you to all of us, essentially. And again, if you haven't done so already, if you're joining us for the second half, hit the subscribe button. It's free. If you see something you like, hit the thumbs up. You guys know how YouTube works. Let us know. How we're doing. We're gonna
and hey,
get it on here in the second half.
As great as this game is, we got a little update. Is that right?
The halftime score up in Olney was 6-2. Good counsel. So the top seed and the team that screamed in to the playoffs here for the WCAC is getting all they can handle from Kainoa Winston and the Gonzaga Eagles. So we'll keep an eye on that here in the third quarter.
Gonzaga's got a great defense. They really, really do. But Good Counsel's got a great offense. I'm surprised they only have 6. Something tells me that's going to change, though, in that second half.
And we all know very well what happens in this conference around this time of year. Well, all kinds of weird stuff. And St. John's is certainly hoping that something weird happens in their favor for these last 24 minutes.
Well, they certainly can close the gap here to start off the second half, getting the ball and getting some points on the board, and making this a one-score game early in the third quarter.
Rick Powell, Jason Woods, back for St. John's to get this second half underway as Micah Villieu will tee it up at the 40-yard line. And this ball will be returned by Jason Woods with his back foot on the 7-yard line. Tracks back to the middle of the field, and he's on the run, and he's loose. And Michael Villieu, I believe, I could be mistaken. Was it Michael Villieu who got his helmet in there? Maybe not. Maybe it was 38, not 36.
That would have been a great way to start off the second half.
Jason Woods with an explosive play to get things started here. And that's just what the Cadets were looking for. Little positive momentum.
He and Kai Noah Winston will have a race this spring to see who has the title of fastest man in the WCAC. And they're not the only two, but they are two of the top speedsters in this conference. You can see it right there. Big time play. St. John's with excellent field position to start this drive. Best of the day.
Isaiah French awaits the snap. Amir Wallace-Jones in motion. Brayon Williams with the carry over the right side. And he picks his way forward for a gain of about 6 on first down. And we talk about the running backs in this game. Bud Coombs, what more can we say about what he did in the first half? 2 touchdowns. He did it every which way. But Brayon Williams for St. John's, just get a look there about how silky smooth he is with the ball in his hands.
That first half was all about DeMatha's offensive line and Bud Coombs. And right now, Brayon Williams and Cinque Blunt want to come back and answer for themselves for the Scarlet and Gray.
Three wide to the wide side of the field. I'm here now to the H. And Brayon Williams upfield, delivering the blow.
DeMatha just in a base defense there, not able to meet the ball carrier at the line of scrimmage, and they're able to move the chains.
Maybe the most demonstrative. I've seen Coach Pat Ward on the sidelines. He knows they need to run the ball. He knows that's what this offense is based upon. That run right there got him pumped up. He's on the sidelines going nuts. You see him right there in the background.
That's what a former lineman does.
Yes, sir.
And his
Yes,
line
sir.
on 2 straight plays, Big Jordan Harrison out there leading the way on the right side.
Oh, yeah, and if you couldn't guess, Pat Ward was lineman.
Kai Connolly now in the game. French to throw. Ball tipped in the air as he was looking for McAfee. 2nd and 10 here for the Cadets.
Let's see if we can't read that number.
Number 35.
There we go. Antonio Green. This is another young man that Coach McGregor was talking about. Says the linebacker senior was hurt early, but he's been coming on late in the season. He was one of the guys they were really hoping that was going to be big for this team, and he's starting to be big for him here late in the season.
Look at Brayon Williams' helmet. It's going to need a new fresh coat of paint this offseason because it's been taking some collisions.
Blunt in motion. Brayon over the right side again. It's going to be the 3rd time. We got a flag down now. It's in the area of holding. We said his name for a good reason a couple minutes ago, a couple seconds ago. We'll see what they call here, but
71. Let's take a peek here.
I don't know.
That's
That hurts. That hurts. They had such great momentum, really good rhythm going in this drive.
Second and 20 here for the Cadets offense.
as the gambler rings out. You got to know when to hold him, know when to fold him here. A little
French looks to be whistled dead right away.
Well, it looks like DeMatha's body language might be on them.
First back-to-back flags of the evening.
What do we got here? Is it? It
No.
looks like a.
No, it's DeMatha took a timeout. That's why they were upset.
Yeah, instead, you're right.
They didn't like what they saw.
Well, we're looking
Dino
at about.
loves to call timeouts.
Well, you know what?
He always has.
If the guy's got more WCC titles than anyone on planet Earth, I'm gonna let him call the timeouts he likes.
That's in his
guess.
contract for sure. He gets all the timeouts.
I would like to put something in my contract. Never, ever again do the three of us here at First Amendment Sports ever eat ranch out of a packet.
Oh,
Yeah, that's not.
It was a
that's
tough
not a good
halftime.
idea.
No, if there's a packet and it says ranch on it,
it wasn't ranch.
do not open it.
It was mislabeled. I'd also like to put kibosh on the chili cheese dogs when we're indoors. T. I mean, you went Joey Chestnut on us in the first quarter with those chili cheese dogs.
No.
It was going to be a race out of this room.
Yeah. That was totally healthy.
Yeah.
Totally healthy.
As you spread pimento cheese in a fried chicken sandwich. I mean,
you don't have to give all the details.
Winner.
That was the messiest Chick-fil-A sandwich ever, and I can't wait to eat one. Was it honey pimento?
Yes, it was.
Second and 19
Back
officially.
to the field. Second and long. St. John's in DeMatha territory on a good return by Jason Woods. See if the Cadets can do something with this. French to throw. He's under pressure right away, and that ball is jogged loose.
Was his arm moving forward?
The referee is calling it an incomplete pass.
Isaiah's slow to get up. That's not good for St. John's.
No, he took a hit there.
The referee with the white hat said incomplete pass.
Right here. And who else but Emmett Laws?
He's an animal, man. He is everywhere. He is a force. He plays with passion, and he's involved in every play. And that number 9 right there is saying maybe another number, perhaps.
And that was as close as you could be to a fumble without being a fumble.
Trying to pick up about 10 yards here really would help out the Cadets.
French to throw. He's got time. He's moving around in the pocket. And he's got more time.
Did he get it?
And they're going to call it incomplete. Nope, McAfee wasn't able to bring that in. That was your 10 yards right there.
Maybe French would have been better off just keeping it.
Well, now I think that punt comes into place as Monte Whedon comes in, number 44, as an up back. They're going to get into this formation and quick kick here, Isaiah French.
Hopefully not too quick. Last time they snapped it a second or two quicker than French was expecting. Kick is away, and it's a good one. And it'll land and roll inside the 20. It'll be a 17-yard line where DeMatha takes over. That'll go down as an inside the 20 punt for Isaiah French. Yet another.
It certainly wasn't a must-score opportunity for St. John's, but I think it's a missed opportunity for them not to get any points on the board.
A good return.
And from their own 17, it's first down, DeMatha.
All right, let's see what these halftime adjustments were. St. John's needs to shore up this run game. They've been giving up too many yards to Bud Combs in this offensive line. Let's see if they've made any adjustments.
Denzel with the keeper. And he fights his way forward for a gain on first down of about 7.5, 8 yards.
Wow. That did not look like 8 yards to me.
That
was a hard-fought 8 yards.
DeMatha's offense becomes so dangerous up by 2 possessions.
And look at that. Yep. He does not run like a quarterback. You're right, Kevin. I mean, he runs like sort of a hybrid tailback fullback.
No, he's tough as nails.
He's got those Deebo Samuel legs. Gardner gives the 7. And he fights off tacklers at the line of scrimmage and gets deep into the secondary.
How does he do that? It seems like a handful of times now he's been stopped at or around the line of scrimmage, and somehow he strings out 8, 9, 10 more yards.
This is as good as I've seen him play in the WCAC right now. He's taking it up to a new level in this playoffs, and this offensive line's right there with him. St. John stuffed the box right there, and like you said, he just makes one guy miss and squeaks on through.
Yeah, contact is nothing to this guy. You got to wrap him up and put him down. Coombs, another carry up the middle.
Shamar McIntosh making the play, but excellent patience shown there by number 7. He's not forcing anything. He feels very comfortable in between the tackles, bursting and cutting at his own pace.
2nd and 8 here for DeMatha. So now we're under 8 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Denzel yet to pass here on this drive. Coombs will get the carry again. He runs into his own man, slows him down for a little bit. It'll be 3rd down and 4. Monte Whedon on the stop.
Right now, they're just lining up and saying, we're going to hand it off. We're all going to collide. We're going to see who wins.
That's what DeMatha does, though. They kind of lull you into that running game of theirs, and then they go over the top every once in a while with a big play.
St. John's bringing some pressure. They're in the backfield. Tyreek Boney gets around Gardner's ankles. And I'll tell you what, they had him for a loss a couple of times, and he fought back for a couple yards.
Pinball wizard in there. This guy won't go down.
You normally don't want your quarterback taking 5, 6 shots per play, but he keeps popping up.
Well, for every 2 he's taken, he's given 1. So,
but all for naught, because now they got to bring the punting unit on. Another stop by the St. John's defense.
Kevin, you talked about we're going to line up and we're going to have a collision and see who wins. You notice in the sport of football, a lot of times a collision is enough to bring a guy down, but in the WCAC and with the level of talent of these players, a collision is not good enough. You can hit somebody hard, but you got to complete the tackle. And Bud Coombs is running a clinic out there as Tyreek Powell fair catches at the 25-yard line.
But a huge stop for the Cadets
Big
again
time
on defense. They've been really up to the task here all evening. They just got to get something going on the offensive side. 3 points is not enough.
But it's just the self-inflicted wounds that throw them off schedule. They've been their biggest, problem, their own biggest problem on the night. Yes, DeMatha's played very good defense, but St. John's, just on a few of those mistakes, are aiding into that defense and helping that defense out get those stops. If they just put their foot on the gas and keep it on the gas, they could put some points on the board in a hurry. We've seen it all year.
Rayon Williams in at running back. He'll get the carry on 1st down. They've been running over that right side. And that's going to be a no gain on 1st down.
Again, one of their biggest plays of the night was on that 3rd and long. They were backed up against their own end zone, and DeMatha went one-on-one, and they threw it across the middle of the field to Wallace Jones, and that was one of their biggest gainers of the night. You wonder why St. John's isn't going back to the middle of the field at some point for a big play.
Number 1, Dante Jackson, calling out the defense here for the Stags. Up the middle run. And that's going to be almost good enough for a 1st down. It's going to bring up 3rd and short, 3rd and about 1.
St. K. Blunt, the senior, showing some life right there. He showed some burst getting through the line.
Jackson on the tackle from a safety position.
This is a big play here for the Cadets.
Oh, yeah.
As they'll call a timeout to talk about it.
What do you say when you go to William & Mary? You're a tribe?
You're a part of the tribe.
Yeah.
Part of the tribe, but you're not a tribe?
It's those unpluralized mascots.
I'm bringing the heavy artillery tonight, brother.
Stanford, you're the Cardinal.
Yep, you're
Texas State, you're the Mean Green.
Yeah.
Nevada and NC State, you're just the Wolfpack.
I think you're just a member of the tribe.
I appreciate you both answering the question so eloquently.
You're welcome.
Pat Mitchell loves that trivia question, and I almost got them all. I don't know the answer to your question, though, Kev. I don't know the answer to your question, but I know the unpluralized mascots. St. John's needs a yard. They got a couple different ways. I know how they want to do it. They want either number 0, number 5 to get it done on the ground.
Well, how they want to do it is to have number 3 in the huddle, but that's not possible.
You're right
that kills
that.
them in situations like this.
And don't sleep on 11, 12, 10. Don't sleep on any of those guys. Those wide receivers can make big plays.
Naeem Woods is in the game, by the way, for St. John's. Now, we saw Isaiah get maybe nicked up a little bit earlier, but Naeem Woods checks in at quarterback on biggest play of the second half so far for the Cadets. He took a couple warm-up throws before coming onto the field. And that play gets blown up in the backfield.
Again, it starts with a bad snap.
And that's going to bring up 4th down at the 30-yard line. And if Isaiah French is hurt, he was their punter.
That was the play previous.
Are we going to see if Naeem can punt here? We're about to find out.
We're about to find out. Well, they're not running their punt formation with the linemen on the outside. They're lining up to run offense.
Well,
unless it's just a pooch. Doesn't look deep enough for that, though, does he? Oh, now as he backs up. Okay.
Now.
It's a line drive pooch, and it's going to lie still at the 46-yard line. DeMatha will get great field position as the timeout, maybe that timeout by St. John's was a result of Isaiah French letting him know,
I think you're right.
I'm not good enough to go here.
Not a great sequence of events right there, having to bring in a freshman in the third quarter under center at 3rd and 1.
Well, St. John's is in big trouble if French isn't able to go.
Well, hopefully
Riggs, who's already out of the game, their starting running back, is essentially their backup quarterback. So
that's true.
The freshman Woods, we've seen him play this year. I'm sure they're on the sideline right now, in his ear, getting him ready for the next drive. That's tough. You come in cold on a big one. Here comes Powell off the end. And right up the middle is Bud Coombs spinning for a gain of about 5 yards on 1st down. It'll be 2nd and 5.
At this point, you're thinking maybe DeMatha smelling a little bit of blood in the water. They'd like to, get a touchdown here, get a real comfortable lead with the developments that are happening right now in this game.
Coombs the workhorse tonight for DeMatha, as he's got to be at or near 100 yards on the night on the strength of a long run in the first quarter. St. John's able to get their hands on him in the backfield. Coombs will turn it into a positive run. Was that Tyreek Boney in the backfield again?
Yeah, he's been ferocious tonight.
Him and D'Angelo Bowden.
We talked about Davis, number 77 on DeMatha's line. Number 71 been in the view of your camera here the last couple of plays. Mason Lindsay, tackle going to Pitt. 305
Big
pounds.
3rd down here.
Wow.
Good snap. Coombs stopped in his tracks, a gain of 1.5 yards. It'll bring up 4th down. It'll be an interesting decision here for DeMatha.
I think this is
4th and 3.
Knowing Bill McGregor, I'd be surprised he does not punt it here. And he's not. He's keeping the offense on the field.
Remy.
St. John's getting the better of the Stags in the inside there, Kevin, on that last play. Doing a great job now up front.
Well, Monte Whedon and Tariq Hayer are as physically imposing at their position as anyone. Trying to get him to
I was
jump.
going to say a hard count.
And they ran the sneak.
And it's going to be stopped, and it'll be a turnover on downs. St. John's will take over at the 36-yard line.
Coaches, look at the coaches at the DeMatha sidelines. It looks like they didn't think that they were going to actually run anything there. Maybe some miscommunications, what resulted in
what I just saw on the sidelines. I agree with everything you just said.
Yeah.
There's a conversation going on right now.
That was a miscommunication because
I'll tell you what, I wouldn't like to be the one that has to answer to Bill McGregor on that one.
Well, T, fear not, it's no longer you, my friend.
That's true.
Isaiah French back in the game.
Thank goodness.
Blunt, he'll try the middle, and it will be Emmett Laws. No, I'm sorry, that's not Emmett Laws. Noah Chambers. Number 6, I believe.
I think you're right. That was a big-time hit.
That was collision in the middle
Watch
of the field
this
there.
hit right here. He goes from going forward to going backward pretty quickly.
2nd and 10 here for the Cadets. 1.5 minutes to go in the third. St. John's looking for some offense.
They need a play out of a wide receiver sooner than later. A big chunk play to get the momentum going, to get moving, to get on a pace.
They got 5 wide on this play. French. Intended receiver was Brayon Williams, well defended there.
Andrew Newman, number 28, or is that? Yep.
Yeah, the junior. We'll bring up 3rd and 10. And French is on the ground and looks like he's going to have to come out of this game again.
Great little fight here by Newman, getting inside, getting his hand inside, and hitting the ball out and getting a great pass breakup.
And it looks like for the second drive in a row, Naeem Woods is going to come in on 3rd down.
Yeah, that's tough.
Freshman quarterback coming in on 3rd down, two drives in a row.
I wasn't able to see on that replay what happened to French if he had gotten hit.
He got a little contact there at the end, but I mean, he also
every time.
He also, if he was hurt initially, he might just still be hurt from that.
So he wasn't hit. I looked at the replay. He was standing in the pocket. There's something bothering him right now, and he's trying to fight through it. But he did not take any.
Yeah, he didn't take any contact on that play.
Contact.
He's able to walk off the field. Maybe looks like just a little bit of a lower body.
It's an awkward gait.
Yeah. So we're going to see the freshman come out, number 15.
Either that or maybe a Wildcat situation with one of the with Williams.
Here comes Woods. Now we've seen him play this season. He is capable. He can throw the ball. He's athletic. He can move. It's
just inexperience.
It's a tough situation.
It's inexperience. You know, you only get it by playing, and you don't want to grow. You don't want to grow up by fire though. In the playoffs against DeMatha.
We got a false start on the left side of the line here at St. John's, and the center turns around and looks at the quarterback, and looks like maybe there was. It's the timing.
Well, I'm just going to tell you, there's a different cadence.
Yep.
There's a different voice, and it's just St. John's is not very lucky with the scenarios that they've been putting themselves in here. The freshmen coming in 3rd and 10, now 3rd and 15.
Get right back to the line to run the play. 1:07 to go in the third. Brayon Williams in motion. Woods to throw. And he'll be brought down. Sack. We'll see who that was. Was it Emmett Laws?
I'm going to guess it was.
So watch number 5, Cinque Blunt in the flat right here. They had a screen set up.
Yeah, he has to get rid of that ball quicker. Oh, man, that's designed for that ball to come out. I mean, you want to draw him in, but you can't hold it too long.
Nope, he never got back to him.
Again, that's inexperience, right? You know those screen plays, you got to rep them over and over and over again to get that timing down just right. He just doesn't get enough reps in practice enough to do it.
Oh, Blunt. He knew there was a lot of green in front of him.
There was, but you know what? When you're getting those practice reps, typically Emmett Laws is not available for full duty.
No, and you don't have anybody on the scout team that's going to emulate what Emmett Laws is able to do. I tell you what, though, with all the problems St. John's has had in the second part of this third quarter, they'll be lucky to get out of this quarter with it still only being 14-3. They're hanging in there. I want to know a lot of odds against them right now. Riggs out.
Who's coming out to punt this ball?
French now banged up a little bit. They're fighting.
Naeem punted it last time, so
he
I
did.
can imagine. Let him have another crack at it.
Yeah, well,
he is coming out.
As a quarterback who thought he could punt, I had an 11-yard punt, and I never punted again after that. So
Coach fired you?
He fired me. He brought in Bobby St. Pierre.
Pretty decent choice.
Yeah.
All right, so Woods will get the benefit of their
Bobby St. Pierre also was the MVP quarterback of the Big 44 that year.
Woods, that ball almost blocked as it'll roll into DeMatha territory. DeMatha will take over on their own 48-yard line, 1st and 10. Neither team able to get much going in terms of offense in this quarter. St. John's probably had the best drive out of the gate. hampered by that holding call and weren't able to overcome it.
Well, so far it's been the Bud Coombs show. I see no reason for that to change. Number 7. I mean, he's had 95% of the carries today.
Yeah,
you're right. He is the workhorse. Elijah Lee, the backup running back, sometimes comes in, but
Powell
hadn't had a carry in the night.
with the tackle of Coombs after a gain of 1.
Tyreek Powell just slides into the spot he's supposed to be. The way he moves is just different.
It belies his year. You don't see a lot of freshmen with that kind of instinct and ability. It's different.
Looks like Denzel just ripped off a piece of that shirt and said, "I had enough of it." That's a. You got a little caveman look going there. I like it.
That'll do it after 3 quarters of a 14-3 game here as DeMatha still with the lead as we'll head to the 4th quarter in the WCAC semifinal after this.
For nearly 80 years, we've built our name on quality and dependability. That's a long time. 5 generations of our Long Fence family, always bringing you great deals, like 25% off fences, decks, and pavers. 25% off. Find out more at longfence.com.
It does amaze me about Long Fence. What does amaze me about Long Fence is the breadth of services they offer.
Sure.
They do all this residential work, but then talking with the Ritters, they do a lot of government work. They do the platforms. They do the security. They do such unbelievable breadth of work. It's unbelievable. They're just a great company. Again, great to have them as a partner tonight.
Well, that commercial looks great. I'm over here trying to get my 25% off.
I'd like to have one of those fires, right?
2nd and 8.
We'd like to be around
to get
fire.
the 4th quarter started here. Coombs with the running start. Nice
Tariq
tackle
Boney.
in the middle.
Tariq Boney came ready to play football tonight.
And DeMatha just isn't having the success between tackles they were having in the first quarter, in the first half. St. John's has definitely made some adjustments here in the second half to shut down that DeMatha running game.
Tariq Boney's had a great season, but he's turned it up over the last few weeks.
Let's see him for 2 more years.
Powell standing at his own 23-yard line, waiting to fill you punt. A little bit of a high snap, but no problem for Micah. Gets the ball in the air. Powell, fair catch it at the 20, and that's where they'll take over. In 3rd quarter, the score ended the way it started. We'll see if one of these offenses can put the ball in the end zone.
Both offenses kind of stagnating here in the 3rd quarter, beginning of the 4th.
Looking to see who's coming out. It looks like it's the freshman, guys.
Well, he'll get the benefit of a full drive here. Always better come out on 1st down instead of 3rd.
But the good thing for St. John's is they're not in a hurry yet. 4th quarter's just beginning. There's a lot of football to be played. They can still stick to their regular game plan and still hope that these running backs can help them out.
And Antoine Bailey is doing his best to put this young freshman in a position to be successful.
Woods rolling out to his right, and he's under pressure, and he'll be dropped for a sack and a loss of about 5 yards.
That was Terry Dorsey with the sack.
And you get the feeling that these pass rushers for DeMatha got their ears pinned back, going after the fresh quarterback here.
Notice number 2, Cody Williams, playing both ways tonight for the Stags.
2nd and 15 here for St. John's. Pitch. Williams. And he'll pick up 1, maybe none.
I know one of the sights you love to see, Ken, is watch when they get ready to snap this ball, the steam, the heat that's coming off these players down there, with the lighting in the background.
Well, the temperature's dropped. I mean, it's for real. The temperature at this point in time, We're coming up almost into the 30s. It's about 41, 42 degrees. It's dropped about 10 to 15 degrees since a few hours ago. So starting to be able to see that chill on the field. Woods to throw. Flag. Not sure if it's a free play or not, as Woods is going to gain about 7 yards. We'll see what the flag is. Wasn't sure if there was a defender lined up in the neutral zone or not.
It was thrown very early.
They're asking DeMatha what they want to do, so maybe it was a shift. And that's what it was. Illegal shift on St. John's. DeMatha will decline that penalty. It'll bring up 4th down.
And our third punter of the game jogs onto the field.
Avi Patel. LeVar Keys inside St. John's territory, about the 47-yard line. That ball's on the ground, slips through Avi's legs. He's going to try to punt this anyways. He's going to be dropped at the goal line. They're not going to say it's a safety at forward progress.
He was not just dropped. He was mauled by Emmett Laws.
Emmett Laws got there quickly.
At the end of that play. That is a dog right there. And that's with DAWG.
Ball slips right through there. And he's able to get the forward progress outside of the end zone as Emmett Laws ends the play.
You know, Avi Patel was doing just fine over there on the sideline with no interaction with Emmett Laws.
I didn't want to call him out, but how hard is it to come in totally cold in the 4th quarter of a game, haven't done anything the entire game long, and expect to be in a position to do that? Tough position for a young man to be in.
And now Bud Coombs in the backfield, potentially looking for his 3rd touchdown of the night. And he'll get the carry. And he'll fight his way into the end zone. The DeMatha Stags take a commanding lead with 8:43 to go here, 8:40 to go here in the game.
And why not let number 7 scamper on in? It's been his night.
Yep.
He has put his stamp on this game. His best performance as a DeMatha Stag, no doubt about it, at a crucial time in the season.
Yeah, unfortunately, St. John's just making it a little bit easy on the Stags, too. Giving them a 1-yard field on the turnover downs. That's just a big hole to be digging in a playoff game.
Unsportsmanlike conduct flag thrown against the Stags. We'll see that on the kickoff, I believe.
Well, there has been a bright spot in St. John's special teams. A short field maybe gives them an opportunity for another big return.
Bill Yu for the extra point. And that kick is up, and it is good. 21-3. There's a little bit of buzz in the crowd as they look up at that scoreboard and see a 3-possession game here with under 9 minutes to go in the game. And they're about to put that defense right back out on the field. The cheerleaders are doing push-ups here in front of the stands. They're counting off the.
And look,
everyone's just flexing the whole.
Unlike you, they don't put their knees on the ground when they do it.
Wow. Now take it easy.
I just lie flat down there and watch TV.
Yeah, I can get the down position, no problem.
Way to go, girls! Those are the girls from Elizabeth Seton, the sister school of DeMatha.
Even the cheerleaders in this league are tough.
Jeez, it's like wintry conditions out there, and they're just flexing on everybody. We'll get a kickoff. They'll count the yards off. It'll be an extra long kick here for DeMatha. See if we can't get an update. Fourth quarter's getting started out in Olney. 6-2 is still the score.
Wow.
My understanding is there was an onside kick by Gonzaga with a contested outcome.
That Gonzaga defense still doing what they're best at.
Well, they didn't turn on offensively until late in that game last week against St. John's. This Powell leaping over tacklers. Flag comes in from the farthest referee away from the play on the field. The return's going to come out to the...
It's exciting. Every time he touches
40.
that ball.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
He's electric.
He's got 3 more years left.
He's returning kickoffs, returning punts, playing wide receiver. They've got him in Wildcat, and we know what he does on the defensive side of the ball.
That's what he does most.
Yep.
St. John's called for the hold on the return, and that'll back him up. Naeem Woods on the field for the Cadets at quarterback. 8.5 to go.
You know, having to overcome Dejan was going to be a monumental task, but without Isaiah French behind, it's going to be tough sledding. Guys like Emmett Laws up there right now, they know exactly what St. John's has to do. They're put in a position here that St. John's are going to have to get rid of this ball as quickly as possible, and that's asking a lot from the freshmen.
St. John's going backwards on offense again right away as
And there's
Woods dropped.
Shark Jordan Williams, number 45 from DeMatha. Coach McGregor told me that he didn't even think that Jordan Williams would be in the plans this year, but in the offseason from football last year, he decided to go on to the wrestling team, changed his body completely, became the hardest worker on the team, and Coach says, I don't know what I can't do without him on the field.
Woods looking to throw again, a little bit of a quicker
There you
pass,
go.
and he finds Brayon Williams for a gain of 9. It'll be third and about 11.
That first completion means a lot, Kev.
It does, and getting rid of it, that back foot hit the ground, that ball was out. Coach put him in a nice position to succeed.
Up to the 31-yard line, third and 11.
We'll see what they draw up here.
Well, the playbook is certainly limited at this point.
Yeah.
There's so many things you can't get to. It's got to be frustrating out here, but, hey, you got to get to basics. Let young number 15 step into a throw. They got to get organized here.
Time being kept, I believe, on the field. Woods to throw. He steps up.
Nice
And he
ball.
delivers it, and he
Big
puts
play.
it right in the breadbasket of Reese Williams.
That's threading the needle for a young freshman.
Great job up front. That offensive line did exactly what they had to do for the young freshman. He had time. Great job stepping into this. Big-time third down throw from the youngster.
Into double coverage there, putting it right on the money, in between the 1 and the 3 for Reese.
And like T said, that last completion, you start to get rolling as a young quarterback, and you feel that your O-line can protect for you up there, and you can step into it, you can keep it going.
DeMatha with corner blitz. Woods stepping up to run, and I'll tell you what, he saw
Jackson.
Dante Jackson.
Did he see him, though? He was so
At the last
I don't know
second,
if he could see
He
him.
felt him. He just showed great presence in the pocket, climbing that pocket to escape that sack, getting his team 4 or 5 positive yards.
He saw a blue streak. Man, Jackson came quick off that edge. Dino Campbell drawing up a safety blitz.
2nd and 6 here. Is that McAfee in the backfield? He's going to.
It is. Nice job.
Oh, you got to
Couldn't hang on to it. Jason Woods, hey, he took
That's
a huge lick.
uncharacteristic, though.
Cody Williams had something to do about that. As Woods was able to put the ball in the money.
He did a great job there. He came off that little look to the
Yep.
flat.
Woods
Great
has
play
gotta
by
hold
Cody
on to that.
Williams.
I'm sorry. I know you're a young guy, but you've made plays for this team. You got to hold on to those balls. Help out your freshman quarterback.
3rd and 6. Woods all by himself in the backfield. You think DeMatha's bringing some pressure on this play? And we're going to get a timeout. DeMatha. They had 5 guys on the line of scrimmage.
Timeout, DeMatha.
10:46 to go in the Gonzaga Good Counsel game, with Good Counsel up now 13-2.
Remember how Aiden Conrath really heated up in that game last week, in the fourth quarter especially.
Good Counsel is so talented. They are loaded. It's a little crazy to me. I know how good Gonzaga's defense is. Trust me. We all agree on that. Good Counsel's firepower is ridiculous.
Yep.
Holding them to 6 points through 3 quarters out there, Gonzaga's doing something right out in Albany.
But, man, do the Eagles, they always play their best ball at the end of October, beginning of November, it seems. Whoever comes out of this game is going to have been tested physically anyways. We're watching DeMatha and St. John's beat each other up on that line of scrimmage all night long.
Well, the difference is DeMatha is playing their best ball of the season at this particular moment. St. John's, can't say that. They're battling all kinds of factors. I get it. No one makes excuses this time of year. They're not playing at their top level at this particular moment for many, many reasons. Mostly, there's one senior on the field, Cinque Blunt.
Woods, he'll throw it.
I think he caught it there. Nice crafty little play on the sideline.
Powell.
For a first down.
Freshman to freshman.
Tariq Powell was in the backfield, a little wheel route, and it looks like he was able to help his quarterback by sitting on the sideline there.
At this point, it doesn't need to look pretty, although that was a pretty broken up play. He just got the job done. Impressive play by the freshman quarterback here on this drive. He's come up with 3 big plays.
Yeah, he has.
Jason Woods in motion. Ball's on the ground. Woods picks it up. He's on the run, and he's going to be dropped for a sack, and that's going to be a loss of about 7 yards.
I think it's Blake Hauser again. Man, he's an active player, good-looking player. He's been getting close all night. Finally gets to pay dirt.
The drop snap just took all the timing out of that play and put Woods on the move right away. He's got to get that snap handled.
This St. John's offense has never gotten into a rhythm.
No.
And it has a ton to do with the guys wearing blue shirts on the other side and a little bit to do with what they've done to themselves out here. It's been an odd night for the St. John's offense.
Second and long. Woods won't technically be a sack as they'll gain about 1.
Nah, you're not getting away from 9. Man, is he so good.
Just like that
Virginia
body ain't
Tech.
fitting in that jersey.
Virginia Tech is getting one heck of a player there.
There's too many lines in the stat sheet. It doesn't fit. He's making so many plays consistently. He's a bad dude.
Hokie Nation's going to be happy to have them on his side.
Tariq Powell checks in. He's on the far side on the numbers. There's a false start,
Yeah,
I believe.
Looked awkward.
And that might be on the quarterback.
Are you guys sure? Are you sure you saw that clearly? I thought we went Canadian football rules for a play there.
Again, just, a young quarterback doesn't get the reps in practice. It's all a little bit different.
Ball sitting on the 44-yard line. They got to get to the other 34-yard line. Runs up the middle, Brayon Williams, and he'll pick up about 8 or 9, maybe call it 8 yards, but it'll bring up 4th and long.
I was going to say that's unfortunate because they had 22 yards to go.
Monte Wheaton checking in.
4th and about 16. Now the clock becoming a big factor, too. Now the urgency has to start settling in for the St. John's Cadets.
Punt formation here for the Cadets. Dante Jackson back for the Stags. Good snap.
That might have been blocked.
Punt does not travel. DeMatha will take over. Net that punt will net.
Blocked by Daniel Nelson, number 99 for DeMatha.
Under 4 minutes to go here, and the home team fans getting a little excited here as they send their offense back out on the field. Another shout out to Greg Katarabic and his family. I understand Kathy Katarabic is working in the DeMatha Athletics office. Shout out to Kathy. Hope you're watching and enjoying.
Oh, Kathy does everything. Tonight. Are you kidding me?
She's in charge. Gardner with the give. Coombs off and running into the secondary where he's been living all night long. It's going to be a first down run for a gain of 13 for the Stags as they cross into St. John's territory. And that clock's on the move.
Yeah, this is where a really good running game can really help you out.
Well, how about a great one?
Yeah.
Because these fans here, these DeMatha fans are feeling it. They know in about 11 days they're going to be heading to Annapolis. Bill McGregor searching for championship number 18.
Coombs over the right side. He's got some room to run, and he's on the run. He'll get out of bounds just outside the 30, but again, 2 plays in a row. He'll pick up first downs. I think it's safe to say number 7 is well over 100 yards rushing tonight. We'll get that number for you at some point.
I think that'd be a safe assumption.
Yeah.
We got a holding call here, I think, but I knew this. I love listening to Coach speak. We all know it's honest until the game starts. Everyone has a game plan to get punched in the face. Coach was talking about getting Bud Coombs some rest, bringing some guys in to take some carries to help him. He doesn't need it.
He doesn't need it now.
He does not. Right now, he is running with as much burst and electricity as he has since the opening drive.
Well, maybe Coach McGregor was talking about giving him a little bit of rest during the regular season so that he could give him all of the carries in the postseason.
Well, he just had a bye week. And that ball on the ground picked up by the DeMatha lineman.
Exchange.
Looked like Isaiah Minder.
You see here on the exchange. Yeah, oh no, Bud just tripped.
Well, he was down. Yeah, he was down before that ball came out.
Gary the Grass Blade, the leading tackler in the history of football.
Man.
Whoa.
Never heard that one before. What do you say, T-Bird?
More tackles than anybody else in the history of football.
Wow.
Gary, the Grass Blade.
I love how you waited to the playoffs to bust that one out on us. Not only was DeMatha ready to play tonight, but their most esteemed alum came ready fighting fire with fire.
Coombs just refusing to get tackled in the backfield.
That was jump cut. That was cut.
His shiftiness right there in the middle has been on display all night tonight.
Well, I think the three-headed monster of the WCAC RB1 first team this year is going to be well spoken for. Bud Coombs has ensured his spot on that roster, and we all know about Dylan Jones and Dejon as well. So
2 7s and a 3. 3rd and 13. We're under a minute and a half to play. DeMatha going to keep that clock rolling. Why not hand it to Bud Coombs one more time as he fights forward for positive yards.
And I'll say this about this young St. John's team. They battled all year long. They know they were coming into this season with some youth. And like I said earlier, no one cares. No one feels bad for you. But back-to-back championships. This program has been elevated under Coach Pat Ward. They've taken it to a new level. I know it's not exactly over yet. We got less than a minute here, but they should be very proud of their efforts. Undefeated in November in the last 3 years, 7-0. This will be their first loss in postseason.
And all the youth that is on this team. Yes, they have some great seniors that we're going to miss, but they have a bright future ahead of them.
1, 2, 3. Right now, I'm looking at 3 freshmen and 4 sophomores jogging off the field right now. So, yes, the future is bright, but that's not going to make them feel better tonight. They ran into a buzzsaw. This DeMatha team was a handful from the opening kickoff tonight.
We talked about it at the beginning. They did have their off week last week. They're at 100%. They were primed and ready to go tonight. St. John's had a lot of injuries, a lot of key injuries. And it was just too much for them to overcome.
Welcomed Shane David to the press box as the PA.
She's the MVP for First Amendment Sports tonight.
Oh, we've decided anyone that brings us chicken tenders is an MVP.
Absolutely, without a doubt.
She brought me a Snickers. She likes me better than you guys.
Well, everyone likes you better than they like us. You don't have to say it out loud.
No, he likes to say it out loud.
He likes to say it out loud. Well, it's safe to say that
from Tom Pontai says McGregor now the number 2 all-time wins
in the state of Maryland.
So he just broke a tie with Coach John Harville from Gaithersburg, where I grew up. What a great man, and what a great man has taken it to number 2. I mean,
you got to be a great man to be up in that list anyway.
No doubt about it. And Coach Bob Malloy, over 400 wins. He texted today to see which game we were calling. Love to have one of our favorite subscribers be Coach Bob Malloy.
Muff, punt. Reese Williams falls on it.
Recovered.
30 seconds in the game. Reminder to everybody, we'll be back here in these very same seats, all of us, for the game.
I'll literally be in.
That's why I said it. Hey, 1-to-1. I'm gonna take credit.
I will be in this exact seat.
That's why I said it.
T2 Ken. Nothing. Sorry, Ken.
It will be better too. I'll have an elevator seat. It'll be souped up. I'm gonna have all my new gifts and gadgets.
All right. Well, we have to put a camera in here for that one.
I'm getting it ready for that race against Bill McGregor. I got to get a tune up before I have that long-awaited race with Bill McGregor.
Reminder to go. We'll be back here next Friday night for the Metro Conference Final. I understand Ireton will be battling Carroll on one end.
Yes.
Harewood Road tomorrow.
Ricca battling PVI on the other side.
You got it. I think that's tonight, sir.
And that's tonight. 2 winners will face off right here on First Amendment Sports. And then on Tuesday, November 21st, we'll be out of the basement on the road in Annapolis at Navy Memorial Stadium for the Capital Conference Final. DeMatha will be there. I believe Good Counsel will be there as well.
Yeah, that's what we pretty much figured the matchup should be. That's the 1 seed versus the 2 seed. It's going to be a great matchup, boys.
And that'll do it from Marvin F. Wilson Stadium. On behalf of First Amendment Sports and on behalf of Kevin Ricca and Tim Strachan, I'm Ken Meringolo. Congratulations to the DeMatha Stags as they advance to the Capital Conference Championship. We'll see you next Friday night. Thanks for being with us.